Hi, I'm Donna and welcome to my culinarium. Today I'm going to show you a quick demo and tutorial on how I mix my paints for painting my breads. Here are the supplies I use to mix my paint. Vodka in a dropper bottle, food-safe powdered pigment powders, white palette or dish, small paintbrushes, small mixing spoon, plus some paper towels and gloves if you wish. After choosing all of the colors that I will need, the first thing I do is add some pigment powders to my palette. The amount I use will depend on how much paint I need as per my design. If you aren't sure how much paint you'll need, it's always better to mix more than less. The vodka will eventually evaporate out and become pure, dried pigment powder. And then you can simply add more vodka and mix it in whenever you go to use it next. Here is a very important tip. Make sure to thoroughly wipe off any powder residue on your mixing spoon or utensil before moving on to the next color. These powders are super pigmented and a few grains can pack a huge punch and will totally alter the color you're trying to mix. My paints are mixed. Now I'm going to test them out and check whether or not I like the consistency. Does it need more pigment powder or maybe some vodka to thin it out? For my test, I simply use a paper towel and paint some lines. What do I look for in these tests? Well, if my paint is too thick, it'll be hard to paint a line and the color will be too dark. It will look and feel chunky, and it also won't feel very smooth or glide along nicely while I'm trying to paint. As an end result, the line will look broken up. On the flip side, if my paint is too thin, the color will look pale and washed out. And when I paint a test line, the color will bleed out on the paper towel. And you will know it's bleeding because you will see some color seep out past the line you just painted. If you're wondering why I have so many paintbrushes out, it's because I like to dedicate a brush to each color that I use. You could keep a cup of water on the side instead and use that to rinse out your brush for different colors. But my preference is to have a separate brush because it's actually pretty tough work to wash out all the color. Too often my brush would look clean, but when I dipped it into the next color, the old color would bleed out. Ugh, yuck. So, easy solution, separate brushes. When you're testing out your paints and their consistencies, you should also be checking your actual colors. Are they the right colors or tones that you were looking for? Here, you can see that I'm adding some white because it just felt too dark and I was going for a nice light baby pink. And that's it. My paints are mixed and I'm ready to paint my loaf. Here I go. As a note, if your paint gets too thick while painting, simply add some vodka and thin it out. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.